triangles. Triangles, we are discussing congruency. Okay. So first we are discussing properties of the triangle. So what we have discussed till now, that triangle is having three sides. Okay. Triangle is having three sides and how many angles? Triangles, three angles. It is having three angles and side opposite to the largest angle is largest and side opposite to the smallest angle is smallest angle. Conversely, as well, it is true. The smallest side has the opposite angle smallest. Largest side has largest angle opposite to it. Yes or no? So side opposite to this angle is which one? BC. Always remember these things we are going to use. Angle A, its opposite side, opposite to it is BC. Angle C, side opposite to angle C is AB. And side opposite to angle B is AC. Okay. Or we can say angle opposite to AC is angle B. Angle opposite to angle opposite to BC is A. And angle opposite to AB is C. Okay. These things we are going to use in congruency. Okay. This is clear. Okay. Then we have discussed isosceles triangle, equilateral triangle we have discussed already. Okay. Today we are going to discuss median and altitude. Okay. What do you mean by median? It is MEDIAN. Okay. So to draw a median, what you have to do? For example, we have the triangle. Median, we have to draw a median from A, B, C. From this vertex A. We have to draw a median from this vertex A. How to draw? Opposite side is BC. We have to take the midpoint. Median, midpoint of the opposite side. Okay. So we have taken the midpoint. If we have taken the midpoint, means BD length is same as DC. These two lengths are same. We can denote it by single dash. What does this single dash denote? That BD is same as DC. That is BD equal to DC. Okay. You must pay attention. Basics I am discussing. These will be very important while you take the questions. If you avoid them, you won't be able to solve the question. So pay attention. So BD equal to DC. This is fine. We have marked a point in middle of BC. That is the midpoint of BC. So BD equal to DC. Okay. Now this point D midpoint will be joined with opposite vertex. It will be joined with opposite vertex. Okay. This is clear. So AD is median. Okay. Okay. The question is, does median bisects the angle A? Does median bisects the angle A?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any no answers? Does median bisects the angle?
Yes, sir.
Yes, all are saying yes. Okay. 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 So this is 90 degrees, for example, median. Okay, I'm drawing from this A, B, C. And center point will be where? This will be the midpoint of the opposite side. Median. Now tell, does median bisect the angle? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how can't you see here? Are these two angles equal? No.
No, sir.
So we can't tell. We can't tell whether median will bisect or not. Okay. It will be perpendicular from this vertex, vertical. Okay. A, B, C. In this case, it will bisect. So in this case, it won't bisect. Okay, so it will depend on the question. So forget about the median. Median may bisect or may not bisect. Okay, may bisect, may not bisect. Okay, may bisect, may not bisect. It will depend on the figure. Okay, so forget about bisecting the angle. Okay, now I take this.
Which it bisects where
Yes,
angles are same of length, there it bisects.
which one? Angles are same degrees. They are not same. It will depend on the
Sir, can
other
you
two.
tell where it bisects?
See
What are
here.
the conditions where it
Okay,
bisects?
we'll discuss that one. See here, median may or may not bisect. Median may or may not bisect the angle. Okay, if it is isosceles triangle, these two sides will be equal. Okay, if we draw the median to the opposite, okay, so what will happen? It will be perpendicular as well, this median as well. These two angles will be equal. In that case, it is isosceles or equilateral triangle. Okay, in isosceles as well, from this side, if we draw from this side, it may not bisect. Okay, so with median, for time being, forget that it bisects. Okay, it does not. It may bisect. It may not bisect. Okay, median may bisect, may not bisect. So what with median you all have to remember is this, that we take the opposite side, take the midpoint of that, join the from the opposite vertex. Okay, join the midpoint of the opposite side to the vertex. Okay, that is the median. Okay, this is clear. Okay, similarly, if we draw the median from C on this side, so median how to draw? Take the midpoint. These two will be equal. It is the midpoint of E if I mark. Join them. Third, if we again take these two parts will be equal and join them. What are you going to see? That all the 3 points meet at a point. All the 3 medians meet at a point. All the 3 medians meet at a point. This point is called as, what does this point called? Centroid. This point G, it is centroid. Okay, this point is called centroid. And these 3 medians are concurrent. That is, they cut each other at a point. They are concurrent. They intersect at a point. That is, point is called as centroid. Understood this thing? Understood this thing?
Yes, sir.
And whenever these things appear in question, we'll be discussing them again. Okay, the most important part is what is median. That you all must remember. Okay, and these medians, they divide each other. They cut each other into in the ratio of 2:1. If it is 2 centimeter, this will be 1 centimeter. If this is 2 centimeter, this will be 1 centimeter. 2 centimeter, 1 centimeter. Understood? From the vertex 2 centimeter to the midpoint of the opposite, this is 1 centimeter. It means, oh, if it is 2, then it will be 1. They are in the ratio of 2:1. If it is 4 centimeter, then this will be how much? 2 centimeter. This BG is to GF. This is 1 is 2:1. 2:1. BG is double the length of GF. This is clear. This is with medians. You all have understood this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next we discuss altitude. Altitude in the word it says, what is the altitude? Altitude you all know, perpendicular, or we usually rename it as height. How you take the height? Perpendicular to the base. So any triangle we take, A, B, C. Okay. Now if we have to draw the altitude, okay. So if I'm drawing altitude from A to the side BC, how we are going to do? So we are going to put from here, what we are going to put? We are going to draw a line on BC such that it meets at 90 degree. It meets at 90 degree. Okay, this is altitude. If you remember, you have taken the area of the triangle, half into base into height. You remember that? Half into base into height. That height is nothing but altitude. Okay, this is clear. Similarly, from this vertex, we can draw altitude. That is, this will be the altitude.
Yes, sir.
B. Similarly, from B, we can draw the altitude. F. You can say AD is perpendicular to BC. So AD is the altitude. Okay. CE is the altitude. It is perpendicular to AB. Similarly, BF is perpendicular to AC. These are the three altitudes. Okay. And these all three meet at one point. These all three meet at a point. They are concurrent. These three altitudes are concurrent. They intersect each other at a point. And this point is called as orthocenter. Orthocenter. This point is called as orthocenter. This is clear? So whenever these things appear, we'll be having a little bit discussion and we'll do the question, okay? So median and altitude, these two things you have to remember, okay? Now we'll revise few properties of the triangle, okay? A, B, C. Okay, if I produce this side up to here, up to D, what this angle is called? Exterior or interior angles?
Exterior angle.
Exterior angle.
Exterior angle. Okay. So if I write angle ACD, this angle will be equal to sum of which two angles? Which two interior angles? ACD.
B.
And these two angles. Yes. Angle, you can write angle B plus angle A. Or we can write angle ACD, that is ACD, equal to ABC, this angle ABC plus angle BAC, or CAB we can say, angle CAB. Okay. So what is the property here? Exterior angle equal to sum of the interior. Which interior angles? Opposite angles. At vertex C we are doing? Yes or no? Exterior angle at vertex C. So vertex C, which are the opposite angles to this one? This and this. These two are the opposite angles. So exterior angle equal to sum of the interior opposite angles. Sum of the interior opposite angles. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, if I draw the exterior angle here, that angle will be equal to sum of these two angles, these two interior angles. This thing is clear to all? Okay. And what about angle sum property of a triangle? If we add all the three interior angles, angle A plus angle B plus angle C, how much it is?
180 degree.
180. Angle A plus angle B plus angle C equal to 180. Sum of the interior angles of the triangle. Simply we can say sum of the angles of the triangle is 180 degrees. Okay. So we have learned two properties. One is the angle sum property of the triangle. One is the exterior angle sum property. That is exterior angle equal to sum of the interior opposite angles. Okay. These we are going to use. Okay. These things are clear. Okay. So now we can start congruency. Okay. Till now we haven't. So what do you mean by congruent? If I say two triangles are congruent, what does it mean?
If they exactly coincide, then it is
Okay, coincide. Okay, if you say, if we, for example, these two are there. Okay, if someone says, are they okay? If I put them on one another, they must overlap perfectly. They must overlap each other. Okay, then we say these two are congruent. Or for example, in real life, twins, they are congruent. Mostly they are congruent. Same shape and size. Okay. For example, one person has eaten a lot. Both are twins, but one person has eaten a lot and grows in size. other person haven't eaten a lot and is little slim. So what we are saying, congruent or similar, we will say. They are similar. Yes, one is bigger in size, one is small in size, but they look alike. They look alike. They are similar. So they are having same shape. Similar means they are having same shape. Or we used to say the daughter looks like mother or daughter looks like father. Okay, father looks like grandfather, like that. So what we are saying, they are similar. Kind we used to say they look similar. Okay, so twins which are having same shape and size, they are congruent. But twins, if they are having same shape but different size, then what we say, they are similar. Understood? So similar you all have studied or not? Similar is this time. That is, they are having same shape. Size may or may not be same. If size becomes same, then they become congruent as well. Okay. So all the congruent persons, all the congruent figures, they are similar. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Take one example here. Take this triangle. Okay. Take this triangle. Okay. Take this as two persons. You can have the eyes. Okay. Okay. These are the two persons. They were twins when they were born. Okay. Now this person has eaten a lot. This person has eaten less. Okay. It grows in this person grows in size, less in size. So they are having same shape or size. What they are having same shape, size. What they are having same shape, size
Shape.
different.
Shape.
Size is different. Size in proportion. Yes or no? That every side of one person is proportion to the other. Okay. Same shape, but size is different. So it means they are similar. If I put this as A, this as B. So A is similar to B. Okay. A is similar to B. Okay. Okay. And in this case, what are equal? Angles are equal, corresponding angles. This angle will be equal to this angle. This angle will be equal to this angle. And this angle will be equal to this angle. So what we say, corresponding angles are equal. Are the corresponding sides also equal?
No,
No.
sir.
No. Corresponding angles are equal, but corresponding sides are not equal. They are not equal. They are in proportion. Okay. Forget about that proportion. We study that in class, 10th class. Okay. So corresponding angles are equal. Okay. When corresponding angles are equal, we tell them they are similar. They look similar. Okay. This is clear similarity. Okay. Now, if the other person is like this, okay, angles are same, corresponding angles are same. Corresponding means this angle corresponds to this angle. This angle is equal to this angle. This angle is equal to this angle. This angle equal to this angle. Okay. So if I mark this one, A, B, C, and P, Q, R. Okay. Congruency means they are having same shape and
Size.
size. Both are same. Okay. Shape also same, size also
Size.
same. Size you can take area. Okay. Area wise. Okay. Same shape and size. So they are similar or not? Are they similar?
Yes, sir.
They are similar because they are having same shape. But what more they are having same size. It means similar means angle A equal to angle P, angle B equal to angle Q, angle C equal to angle R. Corresponding angles are equal. A equal to P, B equal to Q, C equal to R. These are the corresponding angles. These are equal. Okay. What more are equal? Corresponding sides. Okay. Side opposite to
Right,
angle
sir.
A. Okay. Take
Yeah.
away from this way start. Opposite to angle C, AB.
AB.
Opposite to angle R, PQ.
PQ.
These two sides are equal. These are the corresponding sides. Okay. And so sides opposite to the equal angles are also equal. sides opposite to the equal angles. That is, side opposite to angle A is equal to side opposite to angle P. Side opposite to angle B equal to side opposite to angle Q. Side opposite to angle C equal to side opposite to, so AB equal to PQ. BC equal to QR. And CA or AC equal to RP. Okay. Sides are, corresponding sides are equal.
Sir, you written R.
RP. Thank you. So corresponding sides are equal. Okay. So what we have got? All the angles are equal. Which angles? Corresponding angles are equal. Okay. Corresponding sides are equal. Okay. So when this happens, what we are saying? Both the triangles are congruent. Both the triangles are congruent. Right? So how do we say? Triangle ABC. Triangle PQR. They are congruent. See here, similar, equal to sign. They are of the same size. Equal shape. This is for the shape, and this is for the size. This is the symbol for congruency. Okay. So few notation or few conventions that we have to follow is that, see here, which angle is equal to angle A? Angle P. So we'll write here. See, from this, when you are writing this way, you can easily figure out angle A equal to angle P, angle B equal to angle Q, angle C equal to angle R. Yes or no? So these things you have to write in the same order. Okay. For example, AB we are writing. So from this angle we are starting A. Here as well we must start from this angle. Say equal angles. Okay. A moving towards this angle. A B side equal to PQ. Don't write AB equal to QP. That is correct to write, but usually we follow convention like this. AB equal to PQ. It means angle A is equal to angle P, angle B equal to angle Q. This is convection we follow. Okay. So from this cycle you can get AB side if you are taking AB equal to PQ. Yes or no? If you are following the convection, that is, we are writing the equal angles first. A corresponding to P, B corresponding to Q, C corresponding to R. Okay. So from when this is given, you can easily figure out. Okay. So AB side is equal to PQ. Okay. If I say BC side will be equal to QR. See. If I say CA, that is from C to A I am moving. From R to P I will move. CA equal to RP. Yes or no? From this only we can get all these things. Angle A equal to angle P, angle B equal to angle Q, angle C equal to angle R. So if we follow this convention, it will be very easy to interpret the things. Have you understood this one? You all have understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So these
sir.
things, three angles pairs are there, three side pairs are there. Okay. These things happens when two triangles are congruent. Okay. Now, for example, two triangles will be given to us. This will be discussing tomorrow. Okay. Two triangles are given to you, and you have to prove that both the triangles are congruent. So both the triangles are congruent. You have to prove. It means you have to prove that these six things. Okay. But we do not have to prove all these things. Like we do not have to prove all the three angles, corresponding angles are equal. All the three corresponding sides are equal. Okay. There is minimum requirement. Okay. That is, we will prove only the minimum required. What is minimum required to prove the two triangles are congruent? Okay. For example, if I prove, okay, 1 minute only, I will take more. See here, these are the three, total six. Three angles, corresponding angles we have to prove, three corresponding sides we have to prove. Okay, it means two triangles are congruent. But we do not require to prove all these six things. If you prove three from them, that is, one angle we take and two sides we take, we can prove using them that two triangles are congruent. Okay, that is the minimum required. Okay, now. Okay, and there is one catch here as well when we are taking. Okay, A, B, C, P, Q, R. Okay, if I prove two sides, that is AB equal to PQ, okay, and BC equal to QR, okay, and this angle equal to this angle. Okay. If I prove only this much in a triangle, that's this side equal to this side equal to this side, and this angle equal to this angle, I can prove that these two triangles are congruent. So how many things I have proved? 2 sides and 1 angle. Okay. So only 3 was required out of 6. Yes or no? We do not have to prove all these six things. Just 3 was required. These 3 things are minimum required. That is minimum required to prove the 2 triangles are congruent. Like you do within a person. 2 persons are there. You don't prove everything. That this hair is this much length, this looks like this, and you prove little bit things and then say these are congruent. Yes or no? Minimum required things to prove something. So these are the minimum required things. So which theorem is it? Side, angle, side. Side, angle, side. Okay. We are proving 2 sides and the included angle. We are proving that 2 sides and the included angle between them, they are congruent. They are equal. Okay. Corresponding sides are equal and corresponding angles are equal. Which angle included angle? So this theorem is called as SAS. If you prove 2 sides are equal corresponding to the other triangle, and angle of one triangle equal to the other. So what we are putting 2 sides of the triangle, one triangle equal to the 2 sides of the other triangle, respectively, and angle included between them are also equal. Then we can say these 2 triangles are congruent. Okay, this is the minimum required. Maximum required, you can go with 3 angles, all the 3 corresponding angles you prove, all the 3 sides you prove. But why should we go all for all? This all information may not be given in the question. So minimum required is this much. Okay. There are different combinations between like this. SAS we can prove, or what we can prove? 2 angles and side included, and AAS, these 3, and when there is one SSA. In this, only RHS we can prove. Okay. Because this is going to give 2 solutions of a triangle. Okay. So we'll discuss this afterwards. Okay. So you are having only 4 combination, that is of minimum required things, RHS. Okay. So mainly these 3 will be discussing first. RHS will take afterwards. Okay. Is this clear?
Yes.
So we'll be discussing this tomorrow as well. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So minimum required things we have to prove, and by that we can prove that these 2 triangles are congruent. Okay. If that much prove, that will make it to say that this angle will be equal to this angle will be equal to this angle, this side will be equal to this side. Okay. If we have already proved these 2 triangles are congruent by minimum required things or minimum required stuffs, whatever you call. Okay. So we end the class here. Have you understood? Please revise it. Okay. Please go
Yes,
through the
sir.
theorems here to revise it once, and we'll discuss them tomorrow. Okay. There's one more I forgot. SSS. Okay. These 3 and this 4 and this is 4. Okay. That I forgot. Side. Okay. Okay. Then thank you all.
Thank you, sir.